This is footage that I've recently recorded of what I call a white-tailed possum, but I believe they're actually called a Western Ring Tailed Possum, and they are on the endangered species list. And I only found out about this because down in our local store is a pamphlet or a notice asking people to join in a survey on these, what they term as a critically endangered species. And I've just uploaded this footage from my two trail cameras up the back of the property. And I thought, well, they might be interested. So I tried to download the form and from the QR code given, but of course that form is now no longer available or whatever. Anyway, I've emailed them. I emailed the Department of Biodiversity and whatever they call themselves now, and indicated to them that I have this footage and that I will be putting it up onto YouTube if they are interested. The thing that disturbs me a little bit about it is the fact that where this footage is taken, you'll see these 3 trees. At the end of the video, I will show you footage of a fox that comes around, and it's a 3-legged fox. Well, I say 3-legged, one of his hind legs is damaged as if he's been caught in a trap. Now, if this is an endangered species, then that's quite a worrying sort of scenario. This particular possum that we're looking at right now, when you study it closely, she looks like she's quite heavily pregnant, and there's a little bit of a scene coming up later on where she actually goes into, or noses into, that rabbit burrow, which is at the base of the tree in the foreground. This is a clearer shot of the rabbit burrow. You can see the possum just off to the left now. It's coming back in, and it's hovering around in this area. It's obviously that's a tree that it's either feeding on, and I haven't investigated to see if there's a nest up there. But it has been hanging around this particular area now for a couple of weeks. Actually in June I did get some footage which is actually on this video here somewhere. But I've been sort of trying to work out now when it's coming, and the last few scenes are only taken within the last 2 or 3 days, and strangely enough, some of the footage of the fox in this very area were taken within a day of this possum being here, right where it is right now. So if the Department of Biodiversity and Conservation and Land Management, whatever they call themselves, are genuinely concerned about endangered species, and if this is indeed an endangered species, then I would expect that they will get in contact with me. You'll see now that the possum is looking down the rabbit burrow, but there's a family of rabbits that live in there, so that's obviously a no-go area for him. But anyway, what I was saying is I hope that the conservation people, whatever they call themselves, as I said, get in contact with me, and we can maybe formulate a plan to capture this fox, because the fox is obviously attracted to the chickens that are being kept by various neighbours around the place, and I often find eggshells on this property. It's obviously been stolen, and the fox, I'm assuming it's the fox who takes them and brings them over here and dines out, if you like. This was the first footage that I took of this fox, and it's dated down the bottom. You'll notice I think it's around about July. Anyway, where he is standing right now, off to the left is where the rabbit burrow is. It's probably no more than about 10 meters away from there. So this guy is obviously hanging around this area at, well, what time? What are we looking for? This is 8:30 at night. It's the 3rd of July, 8:30 at night. This is now September the 18th. I'm having trouble reading this on the small screen. I have only a little tiny monitor. But that's, you'll notice there the big tree, and that's where the rabbit burrow is. We've already seen that the possum frequented that area. And this is on the 18th. The possum was there on the 20th and the 21st. So it's a bit of a worry that this fox is hanging around. There he is there, you'll notice, and how close he is now to the thing. He's very, very wary of the trail camera light. You'll see the second trail camera is actually up in the top right corner. And it's shining on him too, so I've got footage from 2 cameras trained on the rabbit hole, and this is what I'm finding. This footage was taken in another area, but it's very close to my neighbour's chicken coop, or his property, which is another 4-acre block. And he has chickens, and that fox is obviously coming from that direction. And we did have neighbours on the other side of our block at one stage, and they also kept chickens, and their chickens used to disappear. So I wonder whether this guy is the culprit. There he is there, and this is back now at the rabbit burrow, and he is hanging around looking for some free tucker, I think. And the next couple of scenes, he's still at this one, and then the last scene he will be seen running away towards the neighbour's property where the chickens are, and you'll notice that I have been burning in that area. This was taken a little while back. Oh, this is this one here. This scene here is actually the 18th of September at 4:34 in the morning. So not too far away from when the possum was there. And I mean, if the possum has been there for a few days, he's hanging around. This is where I've been burning in that patch there, and the rabbit burrow and where all this footage is taken is a bit off to the left and at the top of screen through those trees there. That's where this footage was all taken. So hopefully Conservation Department, whatever they call themselves, will get in touch and we might be able to do something about that fox. I'll keep you posted.